Yes, and a yes. Yes, welcome back to another episode. Yep.
Yes, sir. HB gang, what's going on? It's your boy, HB Mikey G, in the place to be. Partner in crime, Mr. D1.
Hey.
What's going on, people? What's going on? Doing your weekly rap. It's your boys, yours truly, HB Gangs, that has been Productions. Give another weekly review of what we think of what happened in the course of the week with the Raptors. Wrapping things up.
Yep.
Got a few games this week. Had to recap. This is what you call the finishing lap, pretty much, for the season. We had like 4 games. Couple games against the Hornets. Couple games against the Celtics.
Yep, we did.
And one last game against the Bucks. Right? So it was pretty interesting for majority of the part. Ended up with a very, very disappointing record. I ain't gonna lie. But it's how you finish. It's how you finish the season, right? And how we finished the season, we finished okay. With the acquisition of Jakob Poeltl, allowed us to put us in a position where we were now able to compete in the play-in. Congratulations to the Raptors on that one.
Yes, made it to the play-in. That was the goal for the entire season. Congratulations, Toronto Raptors.
Well, we have to compete. It's all about one extra game at a time. At least we're playing one game after game 82. So let's just hope for the best. Right now, we have to go through the whole situation right now against the Hornets. We won the first game 128-108 in Charlotte. Just want to say big up to the Raptors on that one.
Congratulations, Raptors. Congratulations.
Yup. Just have to say that. I know Van Fleet had a very interesting game. He had a 20-20 game, 20 points, 20 assists. Usually I would say congratulations on him on that. But it's Van Fleet. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not really feeling him right now. He's showing different sides. I've seen a lot of personality on the floor. Like, he had 20 dying, but he only took like 2 shots in the first half. That was just a sign. You know what I mean? You just want to show people up. It shows how petty you are. It shows that you could choose your personal feelings over the team. Glad you got the 20 assists. It's how you got the 20 assists. You know what I mean? So people could big you up on that. I'm pretty much done with you, Van Fleet, right now. So hey, you guys want to big him up? Go ahead. I'm just happy that we got the win, because we need every win to get into the play-ins, right? So I just want to say thanks on that one for the Raptors. You have to realize, like, hey man, one game at a time. You can't take your opponents lightly. You gotta handle business. They handled the business what they had to do, right? And on top of that, it showed that Scotty Barnes could play in a different level as well. He also had 12 and 13. He had 12 and 3, but it's not even that. It's how he's able to control the game, and that's the type of situation you need from your players. This is not as always about who's flashy, who's bringing the loudest points. It's just how you're impacting the game. Shout out to OG once again coming through with 23 and 7. Right, he was able to show his dominance. He's been very, very athletic. He's been showing everybody's trying to gel at the right time. You know what I mean? He's able to have the opportunity to display his offensive artillery, right? So I'm glad to see somebody stepping up. Siakam's been holding the fort quite a bit. Scotty Barnes had his up and down times. OG, he had his up and down times. He's been injured, but at the beginning of the year, besides Siakam and Barnes, everybody's anticipating OG. You know what I mean? How he's gonna handle this season. And he had some really high moments this year. He had some low moments because he was injured. It's unfortunate. He had to disappear a few times. But again, he's back on the saddle, and he's showing, that he's here to show improve, and he's here to, put a mark on his territory right now. So big up to you, OG. Anything you want to add on that?
It was an exceptional win for the Toronto Raptors in this game. Scotty Barnes, he was a big contributor in this win as well. Although he has multiple talents, he just doesn't know where to put it as of yet. He's a facilitator. He can shoot. Well, the perimeter could be better, but he can definitely penetrate in the paint. He's a good passer. Defensively, he's astronomical. It's just where does he fit in the equation with all these healthy players now? It was more back then when Pascal was hurt or OG was hurt. He dominated the game more because he got to express himself more on all levels and all positions of the floor. Now you got the big men back. You got the tree trunks. You got Pascal. You got OG Anunoby. You got Jakob Poeltl now. You got Precious Achiuwa. It's very difficult for a man talented as Scotty Barnes to flourish on the level that he is right now. So I personally feel that he still has to figure out where he fits into this equation as the team flourishes back into health, which is a good thing. And it really showed in this game, especially with Charlotte. The Raptors have always played well against Charlotte for the last few years. So it just definitely showed that Scotty Barnes he's got a lot of potential. OG Anunoby, I'm glad he's back in the lineup. He's playing like a monster right now. He was Mr. Automatic, as they call him on TV, because every possession he had, it was going. If it was a 3-point, it made it rain. If he was in the paint, he was flushing it in. So it's good to see these guys are healthy towards the end of the stretch of the season.
Yep.
The major question now is, if they were healthy, would that be still an exceptional pass to why they ended up where they were? That's the main question.
I think if they had the squad that they have right now, I think they'd be like in the 4th seat, to be honest with you, because Jakob Poeltl, he completes the whole package. He even had, big up everybody, but not even big up Jakob Poeltl. He had 16 and 9 as well this game, and three dimes and a steal. Just him being there, it makes the team more complete. You know what I mean? Defensively, everybody's more aligned. They're more confident. They can play more aggressive. Still wish they boxed out more, even though they're pretty good in rebounding. But they're not even boxing out. Like, they're just going for the ball. You know what I mean? But other than that, I think they have enough talent, and they have showed times where they showed their talent. It just overwhelms the opposition. It's just the problem is that we just don't do it throughout the whole game. We have droughts, right? So I think we had the team that we have right now from the beginning of the year, it'd be a different story. Definitely. I think yes, Siakam would have had time to shine, but I don't think he would have got the shine like he had earlier in the year. Reason being because even with the dynamics that's happened now at Porto, like the person that's struggling the most right now is, can't say Siakam, but he has to make adjustments as well. I think other players, if Jakob Poeltl was in the beginning of the year, I think man like OG or man like Scotty Barnes could flourish more because they're going to be playing more in their natural positions as well. And guys, when they play in their natural positions, they're facing guys even way shorter than them, and they're even more dominant, right? So I think a couple players would have more opportunities to shine actually. But yeah, I think this next year is gonna be an interesting season. But right now we are just battling just to stay in the play-in and see where we go from there. We have a long road. It's gonna be a bumpy road, but hopefully it's a beautiful struggle, and we just take it from there. Just one game at a time. Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So the Toronto Raptors did pull off the first win of their droughts after they lost into last week. But they had a back-to-back back in Charlotte once again. And yeah, they were victorious once again. 120 to 100, Toronto Raptors. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It just shows that, once they have a healthy team, they're very unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Pascal had a big game, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Whoa, 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but, overall, you had Yakum. Yakum's been the starting point of this turn, of this, the success of this team lately. It definitely shows his presence is very important, especially with OG. OG's is everywhere. Van Fleet, he had another good game. Van Fleet, personally for me, I think he should only be played in the second half. He's more of a clutch player to me in the game. Give other players like Jeff Doughton playing time. Give Delano Banton playing time. But Barton played pretty decent. He had 20 points.
Decent. That's definitely his best game for the.
Will Barton had 20 points.
Best game for the Raptors.
Chris Boucher had 21 points. Scotty Barnes, unfortunately, he was nowhere to be found in the scoring end of things. But we all go through our struggles up and down. Christian Koloko, he got his playing time. He needs to get his feet wet back in the game. It's just I love the team, but I don't like how it's being handled. I don't like the fact that you got all this young talent that we've been trying to, draft and to relieve these players of vets. And then you want to play them when the season's almost done.
Got to shout out to Nick Nurse on that mentality, He's all about, hey, man, doing it his way or the highway. And clearly he has shown that side of him. The proof's in the pudding, man. You don't give people opportunities, how you get them prepared for the playoffs. That's how I look at it. The most ready teams right now are the most balanced team right now. Like, bench players get opportunity to play.
Mm-hmm.
They have opportunities to go through awkward situations, dry spells. Coach allows them to get through it. You know what I mean? Overcome them, the obstacles, and that's how they get prepared for the latter stages of the season, and they get more prepared for the preparation of playoffs. That's what good organization, especially coaching staffs. That's what good coaching staffs do. They find ways of implementing the bench, even guys that came from the G League, opportunities to play basketball. Like, we have so much talent. Just riding the bench. Ron Harper Jr. My gosh, like, this guy is just, I don't know, man. This guy's pretty much a seat filler for this season for the Raptors. I haven't really seen him get that much opportunities. And again, like, when I see a man like Austin Reeves play for the Lakers, I see his offensive skills. He's decent, but I'm telling you, his game's not nice in Ron Harper Jr.'s. No way. No way. But the fact of the matter is that the team is giving Austin Reeves the opportunity. The coaching staff is giving him the confidence of doing these type of things. We don't have that type of confidence from not from this coach. We look at Svi Malichuk. Look what he did to us the last couple games. He had 25 against us and he scored 17.
A career high.
He also scored 20-something points later on this week. Mm-hmm. Mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why, because the coaching staff is saying, hey, man, do it. Go ahead. You got a green light. Go ahead, man. Try a thing. Look at Yuta Watanabe. Look at what type of season he had this year. He was quiet at the end of the year, but guess what? His quiet end was way louder than his time combined with the Raptors. He barely got playing time. And when he did, short hook, man. Quick. You made a mistake, you're on that bench, right in the bench. You know what I mean? So I just realized, we have potential to be a really great team, really competitive team. It's just that is the architect, Mr. Nick Nurse, is gonna give the opportunity for people to to shine. You know what I mean? Go through the hard work, go through the grind. I want Christian Coloco to go through some struggles. I want us to talk about Christian Coloco. You know what I mean? He should get some criticism, some objectivity, but he needs to get playing time to get it. You know what I mean? What's the point? You know what I mean? So we're shooting ourselves in the foot, not giving ourselves opportunities. You know what I mean? Especially all this talent. So when we get the opportunities, you got to seize the moment. You know what I mean? Like the last game against Charlotte, Boucher had a damn good game too. He had allowed 21 points. You know what I mean? And that's what he was doing before a couple years ago when he was G League MVP and Defensive Player MVP. It's the same Boucher, but who's giving him the opportunity? Who's giving that pep talk? You know what I mean? When the trader had the pep talk with Rocky Balboa, that old man knew exactly what to say to Rocky to get him going. You know what I mean? Do we have do you have anybody in our coaching staff that's getting people prepped up like that? You know what I mean? I guess it's our job to get ready, but it's also the coach's job to make sure that the players are engaged. You know what I mean? The right players are on the floor that's willing to play for us. You know what I mean? That's the coach's job too, right? So just putting it out there, you know what I mean? It's there for us to be talking about. We talking about it, you know what I mean? But big up to the Raptors for that win. We needed those wins. Every win counts. You know what I mean? So happy we got it. And and then we faced the Boston Celtics.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, this past Wednesday we did take on the Boston Celtics, and unfortunately, we had to take the L, 97-93.
Yep.
The 2-game winning streak.
Yep.
To the second team in the East. Besides Milwaukee. I don't know, man. Something about, there was a lot of speculations that Jaylen Brown was not supposed to be playing in this game or was questionable, besides Marcus Smart. And I know we're trying to find excuses to win the games against Boston, but Boston has been a Raptor killer for a very, very, very long time.
I wonder why. They didn't even talent that much. We're just getting out coached. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah, man, pretty much. I mean, Pascal had a big game, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. It just looked like it was a close game. It really was in the Raptors' possession. They came up short, as usual. We won't speculate on why they lost, but we all know why they lost.
Well, definitely because of Van Fleet again, because he's the leader. And he went 2 for 14 from the floor, right? You want to give 20, like I said, you want to give 20 dimes to subpar teams, right? But when against contending teams, where you at, bro? Where you at? But that's the thing, like that, and that's a huge reason why Boston's been having a number the last few years. You on the floor, they got your number, man. That's the thing, and as the leader that you keep on saying that you are, you know what I mean? Where's your adjustments as a leader? I don't see anybody else making adjustments. No, sorry, people are making adjustments. Where's your adjustments? You know what I mean? How do you bounce back against a team that's been, beating us majority of the time the last few years? Especially since Kyle Lowry left, we definitely been losing games to Boston. I can't remember last time we even won against Boston since Kyle Lowry left. You know what I mean? Like, so you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta check yourself, Van Fleet, man. Like, Van Fleet looking very Van Flat right now, man. You gotta be accountable, man. So stop going all extra against these subpar teams and then become a ventriloquist when you're supposed to step it up against teams that we're supposed to challenge and give a run. You know what I mean? It was a rivalry before a few years ago against Boston. It ain't no rivalry anymore. It's just a beating that we've been getting. You know what I mean? So, and no Jason Tatum on top of that. That was a winnable game. You know what I mean? A couple players were off. OG was off, but that's expected. You know what I mean? He's been having such a great season. Well, when he played, he's been impactful. Especially since Jakob Poeltl has been on the team. He's been the one that's been benefiting the most. So an off game, that's fine. But Van Fleet, I don't know, man. I don't know. Usually struggle against Boston. So help me out here. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. You know, it's unfortunate we didn't get this win.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know, man. It just seems like one of those games where they try to make the Raptors seem like it's going to be a Cinderella ending for them, but it's going to be a struggle towards the bottom, especially going to the play-in. And there's no way they're going to beat Boston, especially when they're close to the end of the season being on top. You know, they still got to deal with the Milwaukees and the Miamis and
the Phillies.
The Phillies, so it's going to count in towards the playoffs, going to the play-in. And for those who don't remember that the Raptors are not in the playoffs yet, they still have to qualify for the playoffs. So they are taking on the Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
And then after that series, they take on Milwaukee. Whoever wins out of Milwaukee. So that's going to be an interesting. They can try what they want, especially with matchups going into the playoffs. But what happened to the rest of the season? What happened to the first half of the season when the Young Bucks were playing? It wasn't matchups then. It was all about bringing the talents and making sure that they can keep that momentum going, and then things happen, speculated coaching, speculated players, speculated rumors, speculated not staying, speculating that a lot of these players were just playing for themselves and not for the team.
That's right.
So what do we say now? Are the players playing for themselves still, or they're playing for the team?
Well, the only person I can see that's definitely playing for himself is Fred VanVleet. That is no question. I hear other podcasts now. People are talking about VanVleet. Been talking about VanVleet for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? The man's only been playing for himself. The man, like I said, the man didn't sign the extension. And he fired his agent. Okay, all this is the same season. How can you not tell this man is not for himself right now? You know what I mean?
Well, as a player, as a person.
No,
would you want to get the best bang for your buck?
As a player, but you get bang for it, but you have to be part of the offense. Mm-hmm. He's not doing anything. Everything he's doing is not part of the offense. Like, half of the time when he's on the bench, he's telling Mans to run, bring up the ball, run up, make that ball go. And what is he doing when he gets on the floor? Okay? The man's moonwalking and doing Harlem Shake with the basketball, going up the floor. The man eats up 16 seconds out of 24 seconds. Pretty much every possession. You know what I mean? Not to mention also, he takes majority of the shots. How many games I've seen him have most of the shots? You're the PG, and you have most of the shots as well. Aren't you like 5'7", 5'9" with shoes on, and you taking all those shots? You're playing for yourself. Straight up, man. How many times you shot us out of the game? Plenty times, man. How many times I see you talking about, oh, we have to do better. No, where's your accountability? I have to do better. I messed up. Many times Chicago Bulls, I see Michael Jordan, I see Kobe Bryant or Shaq used to say they take the blame, and it wasn't even their fault. They just said it because they're the leader of the team. I don't hear you talk like that. I hear number of excuses coming out of your mouth. Straight up, man. Running to some other podcast, venting about your feelings or how everything's going on. But you're the leader. Yeah, that's right. Nah, sir. Nah. The only person right now that I see that really played for himself this year was VanVleet. Everybody else, they try to ting, but they can only go to vibe of what Nick Nurse allows them to get. You know what I mean? Nick Nurse creates a lot of that problems too. You know what I mean? So I think everybody has fair game of how they wanted to approach the game this year. But VanVleet, you could see he had clear motive this year, 100%. And anybody else want to challenge that? You know how to reach us on the podcast. Comment, and while you do, don't forget to like, to share, to show your peoples what we're about. You know what I mean? If you have any comments, that you could defer what we're saying, feel free to comment. You know what I mean? But as I feel about that, man, Van Fleet, definitely the one that really showed his cards this year, man. Very disappointed in him, to be honest with you. How about you? You write it up. Who do you think put themselves out there like that? They play for themselves or they're playing for the team?
I think it goes hand in hand. I think a lot of speculations or rumors kind of added some turmoil in the midst of things. And who wouldn't want to play for themselves? You know, if you feel that you're going to get traded and you feel you're worth the money, obviously you're going to put up selfish numbers to get that market value, right?
But if you do that, if you're losing, how's your market value going to go up?
Well,
you're just losing.
Well, they're just losing, but people are still interested. Look how many players that have been on Toronto that weren't marketable players, and they still got contracts, man. They got contracts. They didn't want to be here. It was a 3-way trade. It was something, but they still got more than what they would have got from the Toronto Raptors. And if that's what he's doing for himself, kudos to him, but it doesn't benefit the team. I think they should have traded him a long time ago instead of waiting to the end of the season for him to get a sign and trade or something.
Right.
It should have never gone to the finish line. It was a lot of heat on management as well, because there was high hopes and high expectations for the Raptors this year, and it looks like management was just showing a way that they were very supportive for their players and just running it out for the season and just see how it ends up in the end of the season. But it definitely looks like right now that the Raptors should have traded Van Fleet when they had the chance to. Most definitely.
I hear you, but I think he was on the trading block, but again, I don't think like I said, man, people think I'm crazy Brendan's putting this up there, but I think the NBA was intentionally not taking him because they could probably get him for less. You know what I mean? I don't think right now the league is gonna try to do any favors for the Raptors. Like, look how we got a big man from Jakob Poeltl. We got rid of him, and in order for us to get a big man, we have to get him back. So that just shows you the dynamics of the league. How many? Look, there was rumors of Van Fleet was supposed to get traded, right, to the Orlando Magic. Now that trade did not happen, but the trade for Orlando Magic to the Los Angeles Lakers so they could receive Patrick Beverley, that happened, right? That happened before the trading block. So Orlando traded a big man, Mo Bamba, to the Lakers, and the Raptors definitely needed a big man. So the Orlando Magic said, no, we're not going to give you Mo Bamba, Toronto Raptors, because we're not interested in Van Fleet, even though they're trying to give him the bag at the end of the year, right? Let's take Patrick Beverley for Mo Bamba so we could just buy out Patrick Beverley's contract. So who did the Magic give up Mo Bamba for? Pretty much nothing, because the person they got for Mo Bamba, they bought his contract out. But Van Fleet was supposed to be in the trading block rumors to go to Orlando Magic, because Magics are interested, and guess what? They're still interested in Van Fleet still. So who's playing games? That sounds like games to me. They could have made some type of deal to trade Van Fleet, and that's the BS I feel that the Raptors been dealing with. They have players they want to trade. Look how wicked OG is playing right now. And during the trading the deadline, the only thing OG was getting offered was like 3 draft picks. That's it. Invisible people. Just what ifs. With his stock. That's what the NBA was offering. But then the Lakers, they were able to make so much magic happen, right? Look at the team they have right now. People say, oh my gosh, look, ever since the trade, they're like top 5 on defense. Top 5 in rebounds, right? Coincidentally. And they were able to get rid of Russell Westbrook with that atrocious, the worst contract all year round. Even got rid of him in the process while the team improved before the deadline. So, I don't know, man. I think there's some favoritism, straight. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying about the Van Fleet, but Van Fleet could have been gone a long time ago. I don't think anybody's trying to give Masai any favors, not to make him look good anymore. Look what they did with Kawhi. We got Kawhi. We got his scraps. We got the scraps from Kawhi just for that 1 year. Just got a championship. That's all. You think they forgot about that? The league didn't forget about that. They don't want that to happen again. You know what I mean? But I get you saying, if you're gonna try to get for yours, get yours. But if you're gonna try to get yours, in the cost of us is losing, get the hell off the floor. You know what I mean? The reason why he's on the floor still is because of his coach, his stepdad. You know what I mean? He has to get DNA test. He might be, Nick Nurse might be the father of Fred VanVleet. You know what I mean? So that's why he gets all those opportunities, because his dad is letting him do it. You know what I mean? Straight up, man. If Nick Nurse is straight up, if VanVleet's little weight, then Nick Nurse Birdman, straight up. That's his son, man. You know what I mean? So mans are just taking advantage of the situation. I don't wrong VanVleet to take advantage of the situation, but you gotta be successful while you try to take advantage of it. If you're failing, stop boasting. Keep your mouth. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes. You know what I mean? And we had the last game against the Bucks today. Right? Congratulations, Toronto Raptors, on the win.
Yes. Congratulations.
We finished the year at 500.
Yay.
Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't see a 500 season. Didn't see that, but we got it. Right? We got it, and we're still in the race of survival. We got playing, like you said, against the Chicago Bulls. But I'm glad we got this win. I'm glad that the others got the opportunity to play. You know what I mean? That's damn important. You know what I mean? Precious Chua got a double. He had 14 and 13. That's good. And Malachi Flynn, he had a decent game at 24 and 4. But the one I was really happy for was Gary Trent Jr. He had 23 points. It was just how he scored. He scored a lot of points by the free throw line. Like, that area is always open, and we're not exposing that area of the floor. Like, those are easy buckets, man. Pardon me, easy buckets. DeMar DeRozan, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. The list goes on. They mastered that area. They mastered the pull-up J. You have to get, like I was saying, Gary Trent Jr. or OG, remember saying that before? Gotta get involved in there. You gotta get in the mix by the mid-range. It's there to get exposed. When you play zone, what's available? The middle in the key, right by the free throw line. Free throw line is a dagger for a lot of good teams out there. You know what I mean? So I could say continue that going into the play-in. We're gonna see a whole lot of that from against Chicago Bulls. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, they kill off of those pull-ups, right? So we gotta implement that more. Keep it up. Gary Trent, gotta keep it up, man. Straight up. Yup. Oh yeah. Also, Ron Harper, you good?
Yeah, man. Just been a long week, Just you're a has-been when you don't know when the last time you got a good night's sleep, So it's been one of those things, But it was good to see a lot of the Raptors roster come out to play. Delano Banton, Ron Harper Jr., Christian Coloco, Malachi Flynn. The whole bench came out today. Although they were Van Fleet and OG Anunoby did not play today, but this is a game that was well needed, especially for the young Bucks. Christian Coloco, they definitely need his presence back in the lineup, especially with the playing coming up. You're gonna need some bodies to give some fouls and making very interesting against Chicago, because Chicago's they've had their numbers sometimes too, with DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic and a whole bunch of players, right? So But now we have reinforcements, we got height, we have all the talent, we have all the pieces. It's just a matter of, are they in sync with each other right now? That's the biggest concern, because mind you, it's only what, a 3-game series in the play-in. So the first, you gotta win 2 to make it, right? So
Yep.
And DeMar DeRozan is one of the best perimeter shooters, that has been working on his game even in Toronto. So it is Zach LaVine, as you were saying, a whole bunch of Chicago Bull players that are they're coming to our town to take what is ours, and that's our spot into making it into the playoffs. So that is going to be a very interesting game this coming Wednesday coming up.
Yup.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a different Chicago Bulls, that's for sure, when the playoffs come around. So
I just hope that Nick Nurse allows people off the bench. Like Ron Harper Jr. had 10 points. Like, yo, give him the damn opportunity, man. And he's playing defense. Like, I don't know, man. Just use your talent. I don't know. It's hard. It's like you go to war. You have like, I don't know. You have like 12 guns, 12 different type of guns on your table. Like, you stick with the 2 rusted ones that I guess that jams up. Like, what are you doing? Use your weaponry, man. You have a whole plethora of options. Not a damn thing you're using. You know what I mean? And we're able to see this because it's the last game. But even though it was the last game, it was entertaining. A lot of us enjoyed watching the game today because we're able to see our other talents being used. You know what I mean? When I saw Ron Harper hit that 3-point, I'm like, it's about damn time you get the opportunity, man. How many possible threes this man could have shot threes for us for the year? And I'm like, this is the NBA. These guys are scoring right now. This is the NBA. This is not G League. It's NBA, right? You have to have some type of confidence. Like, yo, I'm here. I belong. Unfortunately, it just took Nick Nurse the 82nd game for us to see that, right? Like, when is this guy leaving? Like, yo, really? When's Nick Nurse? When are you leaving, man? This is just a question, right? And there's rumors that your status is uncertain for people to think about it over the summer. You have to think about things. You don't have to think about it, man. You can go, bro. Please, man. Been dying for people to have opportunities, man. Cause you don't, man. You're the dream killer, straight up, man. There's dream chasers and there's dream killers. And you're definitely one of those, man. Trust me, man. Too many players left this team and they're doing better. Too many. It's like all these people left like an abused relationship, and now this, and now the shiners and the fat lip, they all heal up, and everybody feel beautiful again. They want to start dating. Okay, that's what it feels like. So, some people, you need to check yourself, man. So, that's all I can say. What do you grade this week with the Raptors?
I give the Raptors a C. I mean, Charlotte wasn't even a contender, so I can't even say those wins were actually definitive wins. These are pretty much wins they should have got anyway. So, and obviously they lost 2 to the second team in the East. Overall, they were the second best team in the NBA. So, it just didn't work out for the Raptors. It was a lose-lose situation in my opinion. There weren't definitive wins enough to show that they were playoff worthy to being in the playoffs right now, in my opinion. But I'm happy for the Raptors that they still have a chance to bounce back.
No doubt.
But I mean, if they win against against Chicago, they gotta take on playoff Giannis and the rest of the Bucks, right? So that's another story, can't count them out yet.
Nope.
But definitely it's going to be an interesting game this coming Wednesday at home. First chance to make it to the playoffs, so to speak. We definitely need the crowd behind us. We need the energy that the players brought in today's game against Milwaukee. Although they're pretty much half their starting lineup did not play as well. No Middleton, no Giannis, no Lopez. None of those guys played. So, but it was good to see that our bench came out and showed that they still have something that it takes, and they had to show and prove to the fans as well that's that they're here to help.
No doubt.
So, but yeah, man, it's definitely going to be an interesting one this coming Wednesday for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I give him a C minus. C minus. A C minus. Reason why? Because the 2 games against Charlotte, like you're saying, like those were expected wins. But it's also how you win. They could have. I think they could have utilized different players during those 2 games. Get people that are not used to being in certain situations, get more experience. You know what I mean? You're facing a team against Charlotte. Instead of win by 20, hopefully you had other players to play. They win by 7, they win by 8. You know what I mean? Something. Give people more experience. You know what I mean? When we lost to Boston Celtics, very disappointed. I was very, very disappointed. In particular, I keep saying about Van Fleet. He's a leader. It just shows. It's like when you guys compare like Van Fleet to like he's supposed to replace Lowry and all that stuff. There's certain things that Lowry did. You know what I mean? That was consistent regardless of his performance. He showed up playing defense every possession. Wild defense. Sometimes you're like, yo, why did you do that dumb foul, Lowry? But he set precedents on defense. How many fouls did that man draw for us? You know what I mean? How many fouls do you see Van Fleet drawing for us? How many fouls do you see him draw the last 5 games? Right? Like stuff like that. You're being out talented when it comes to certain dynamics of the game, but you're not doing anything for yourself to fill voids, for yourself to redeem what you're lacking. You're not going out there against the grain to make yourself solidify and show respect for yourself. Like you're not even making yourself like become more of a defensive pest, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like what fouls are you drawing? You know what I mean? Like I would rather you get like 4 or 5 fouls because you're a help defense. You try to steal the ball. You know what I mean? Try to grab the ball, be more aggressive. Like you're not even like, you know what I mean? You're not doing anything as a leader and showing other teammates that you are doing whatever you can. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes to show that, yo, man, I'm doing whatever it takes for the team. If we're gonna take an L, then I'm gonna go down swinging. You know what I mean? Like he's just sticking with the same game plan, just like Nick Nurse. To be honest with you, same game plan. This is how I'm gonna play it. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm not making no adjustments. That's it. Right? So that's what I didn't like of those games against Boston. We lost to Boston when they didn't have Jason Tatum, and then we got creamed. You know what I mean? When Jason Tatum played the following game. You know what I mean? So that just shows like, as a leader from that perspective, where's your adjustments? You know what I mean? And this is like the second last game of the year we're seeing this from Van Fleet. You know what I mean? That's not, for me, that's not cool. People say, yeah, you guys are going hard, Van Fleet. I don't care. I've been saying this for the last couple of years. Even before this podcast, ask my boys and talking on the phone. I used to say, get Van Fleet out of here. Am I lying? I say it all the time. And now look, now everybody's singing the same song now, right? Begging for happy trails to this guy. Hey, they don't need to say I told you so, but it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? So I give it a C minus. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that the last game, our bench players, our G leaguers had the opportunity to play. You know what I mean? I just wish we had more opportunity to play throughout the year. You know what I mean? And consider how many losses we had this year, G League players should have got more playing time. Straight up. Way more. There's teams that's less talent, way less talent than us, that gives their players way more opportunity. That's garbage. You know what I mean? And we have talented, recruited players. You know what I mean? That fit the mold for us. We're just not exposing them. You know what I mean? So I give it C minus. Better coaching, as usual. All right, so That's it, you know?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody once again for logging into another episode of Sports with the Has-Beens. Spotify, listening, you know how I go already. Mm-hmm. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. As usual, we accept comments, we accept everything that comes with being a has-been and as a fan, and just knowing that we rode out to this season.
Yep. Not the way we wanted to. Didn't see this coming.
Nope.
Not even close.
Well, kind of, but
not me.
Well, I did.
Which part did you do?
I knew they weren't going to make the playoffs. Well,
really?
I said that a few episodes ago. I go, well, the way they're playing, they're not going to make it to the playoffs, and now they're stuck in the play-in. So there's still a chance that they may not make the playoffs. It's still out there. But I love the Raptors. I just don't like how it's gone down. I don't like the way that the coaching staff has mimicked this the politicking of this team, and just knowing that there's a lot of diehard fans who paid tickets to watch this game from home or wherever they watched it, and just knowing that this is what you get. Going from notably the best front court in the NBA in the start of the season, and now you're getting that's all you're getting. So I already had a feeling. I already had a sour taste about this season, about the Toronto Raptors, in my opinion. So,
but yeah, well, I hear you. But as hard as I've been on them and everything, I still feel that they have an opportunity, because, again, man, we were just beginning of the year. We were just one center away from a whole lot of damage. We have a center, and look at our record since we had him. That's how I just look at it. You know what I mean? The playoffs is about to start. I feel like we have an opportunity, and let's not sleep. I just know that Raptors have an opportunity, even they're going into play-in. A lot of teams, even watch baseball, especially baseball. They have this thing called a wild card, right? Go through the wild card, and usually the people who win the World Series is usually one of those teams that come from the wild card. Traditionally. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen with the NBA, but the reason I'm saying this example, because it's an extra game that the Raptors, actually a couple games the Raptors have to play, but it's playoff situation already. It's probably going to be more intense than an actually 7-game series, right? So right away, snapping fingers, you have to be engaged to play some real dog press basketball, and hopefully that could spark something and lead to some type of momentum. Because think about these, when you have these type of games, these inner competitive games leading into a playoffs in any sport, they have some type of physical or mental advantage because they're experiencing it first. Even though you go against a more talented team sometimes the next round, sometimes the more talented team is not ready for that energy because they're so relaxed. You know what I mean? If you play basketball, you know what I'm talking about. It's good to have rest in between, but sometimes too much rest is not good. You're rusty. You're out of sync. Now you're facing a guy that has been going to the work for the last 2 weeks, right? That's the energy you have to. You have to get yourself psyched up. The opponents already, they've been there, meaning that we've been there in the play-in. You know what I mean? Fingers crossed, but that will give them some type of momentum. It's like, yo, we got a couple body shots, but we were able to survive the Chicago Bulls. We in the playoffs. It's time to go. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it from that perspective. You never know, man. You never know. That's how I look at it. There's always a team like that sneaks in and causes damage. I just hope that it's our team that's gonna be doing that. You know what I mean? So again, Raptors, big up yourself. If there's no other team in this situation that can do it, this is the team that can. Because we still have the personnel to cause damage, regardless of athlete. You know what I mean? We have it. So one game at a time, man. Raptors, you're done though. We believe in you. Trust.
Good luck, guys. See you guys on Wednesday.
Yup. All the best. You're done though.
Man. And we out.
West End, tell your best friend.